Hi, I'm Curt Frye, and I am recording this movie on August 12th of 2024, which means that Microsoft recently released checkboxes for all users. A checkbox indicates whether a condition is true or false, and you can use that value in your worksheet formulas. And in this movie, I will show you how to add a checkbox and then include it in a formula. The workbook I'm using is called Checkboxes, and you can download it using the link in the video description below. In this workbook, I have a single worksheet, and on it I have pricing options for a computer. So I have the base price, which will be the price that we're adding things onto, and we have optional elements. So we can go up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, up to 1 terabyte of storage, and also what I'm calling an ultra video card. And the prices are in cells C5 through C7. The extended price is a term that is used to indicate the total price for a line item, and then also the total. So if we install 64 gigabytes of RAM instead of the 32 that it comes with, then the price will go up by $295, and the same for the others. Before, we would have had to put something like a 1 or a 0 in the cells indicating that something is installed. The problem, of course, is that if you didn't create the worksheet, you're not entirely sure what the 1s and 0s stand for. So instead of that, and I will delete those values, we can use checkboxes. So in cell B5, which I currently have selected, I'll go to the Insert tab of the ribbon, and then in the New Controls group, there is Checkbox. So I'll click that, and it appears centered in the cell. Then in cell D5, I'll type equal, and the extended price will be B5 times C5, and enter. So it's currently 0, and that dash is how 0 is displayed in the accounting cell format. But now look what happens if I check the box in B5. It's currently false. It goes up to 295. The reason that happens is that within Excel, true is treated as 1 and false is treated as 0. So if I move the mouse pointer over the checkbox, we get a tooltip that says the value is true. If I clear it and move back over, it's false. So false is 0 and true is 1. Now let's do the same thing for cells B6 and B7. So I'll click cell B6, do a checkbox. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure. I haven't tried this. Let's select B6 and B7 at the same time and do a checkbox. All right, we can do 2 at once. That's great. So I'm literally just discovering that, but it might save us some time. And then I'll click cell D5 and use the fill handle to drag the formula down. So there we have cells D5 through D7. They all have the same formula, just transposed by row. And so I'll click the first checkbox in B5, then again in B6, and again in B7, and there we have it. And the total, which will appear in cell D9, and I'll click home to make sure, yep, I have my accounting format applied, is equal. Then D3, which will never change, we will always have a base price of $2,500. That will be plus the sum of D5 to D7. I could add them up individually. It would be about the same amount of typing, but I like to use the sum function when I can. Then enter. Did I forget to add? Let me see. Oh, I put in D3 instead of D2. There we go. I thought that was off. So instead of D3, D2, enter. There we go. If we install all of the optional values, then I have a total value of 3,644. And that's it. Checkboxes, I think, will be extremely useful for companies that set up estimate workbooks. And in the computer case, it is a terrific use for a checkbox in Excel. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel.